Let's talk pricing. Whether you're putting together your first digital product, creating an online course, or building a membership website, how the heck do you know how much to charge to, of course, maximize your revenue and make sure that you're charging a fair price? So timestamps below, along with some other helpful links and resources, including a link to our online course launch playbook that walks you through how to create your first set of digital products and use that as a springboard to quickly start validating your online course ideas and, of course, start making some income as quickly as possible. Now, as we dive into these different pricing tiers and what you can create or how much you should be charging for products you already have, there's a little asterisk here, and that's, of course, this depends upon your niche or industry, right? Someone selling templates as a lawyer is going to be able to charge a lot more than someone that's just selling a cookbook or some sort of workout routine. So with that in mind, we'll start with enrolling offers. And these are going to be anywhere from $4.95 all the way up to about $50. Now, if you have been doing research for a while, you've probably heard these referred to as tripwires as well. Although I watched way too many Chuck Norris movies as a kid, so every time I hear tripwire, I just think of missing in action. So we're going to call these enrolling offers. And the point of these is to just get someone on board spending money with you. So here's a little chart that represents some of the types of things you could offer and their price points. And then more importantly, how many would you have to sell in order to hit $1,000 in revenue per month? And so of course, these can be anything from like templates, calculators, scripts, or these could also be templates, not just a basic Word doc or Google Doc, but these could also be templates for software like Photoshop or After Effects. And so whatever you're offering here, these typically are going to be a one-off download. And for ideas for your niche or industry, you can head over to Creative Market or Etsy to see different types of digital downloads people offer. Although if you go to those platforms, just add a 30% bump on whatever pricing you see if you're going to sell it on your own site. Those platforms tend to be a little lower in terms of what you can actually charge. And if you're not quite sure, you need some more examples, link in the cards in the description to 5 awesome digital product ideas that are perfect for this price point. And as an example, we offer something called our Sales Funnel Organizer. It sells for about $4.95, and it is just a basic Google Doc that walks someone through how to put together a sales funnel for selling their own digital products, right? And so as you can see, it's super basic. What's most important is this offer is helping someone get started with a particular process. Think of it as you're giving them a digital tool. And of course, when you bundle things together, you can charge even more. Now, this next pricing point is going to be where you're going to most likely have some sort of online course style offer. And so these are going to be front end. This starts at $95 and can go all the way up to about $200. And as you can see from this table, we don't have to sell nearly as much to hit that $1,000 a month price point. And when it comes to what these offers actually need to look like, as an example, we offer something called the Google Ads Copywriter. The total runtime of the course is just under 5 hours. It's 4 to 5 hours. And then it includes a couple of templates and downloads as well to help someone write their Google Ads. And so if you're coming up with a course or working on a course idea, this is a great starting point, because if you have this master course that you want to create, why don't you just go ahead and create one module and sell it on its own to see if people are actually interested in it? Or if you're working on a core offer or a core course, what you can do is actually launch it at the $197 price point just to get some people in the door, get some feedback and testimonials, and then you can raise your price later. I really like this strategy because the last thing you want to do is launch your course really high or sell a digital product at $50 and then find out nobody wants to buy, and then you turn around and lower to like $25 or $100. That's gonna leave a bad taste in the mouth of everyone who just gave you the full price. And so it's always better to start low and then test upwards than start too high and then test downwards and just make people who already purchased from you feel like they got a really bad deal. Now, this next pricing tier is going to be your core offers. So these are typically going to be courses anywhere from $250 or $300 all the way up to $997, just under $1,000. So there are 2 key aspects that differentiate these offers from the first 2 that we talked about. Number 1, these are no longer impulse buys. Pretty much $200 or less, you can get away with some pretty light sales copy. You don't really have to do a webinar or big sales process or email follow-ups, because these are impulse buy territory, and under $200, people aren't going to have to check their bank balance or budget in order to go ahead and purchase that. But as soon as we cross that line, we're going to have customers taking a little bit more time in terms of thinking about this particular purchase. And so you're going to need a good sales letter, webinar, email follow-up in order to actually close the sale. The good news is you still don't have to jump on the phone yet. We'll talk about that if you really want to sell high ticket. And the more you decide to charge, the more connection or touch points you're going to need to have with your customers, right? So if you're selling a course at $300, most people don't expect you to have any sort of ask me anything or community aspect. But as soon as you start passing the 500 range, especially if you get to just under 1,000, you're most likely going to need to have some sort of community aspect to it, or some sort of avenue where people can actually ask you questions on the course content. And of course, those courses that are $300, you're probably going to have anywhere from 5 to 10 hours of content. Whereas as soon as you get to the $1,000 range, you're probably going to have well over 10 hours of content and lots of downloads because you're helping them achieve a really big result or overcome some really big roadblocks. And for most of us, that's where our digital product and online course businesses is going to stop. And this next one is going to be subscription. Now I'll quickly run through this. I'll leave a link in the cards and the description because I'm not a fan of membership sites at all, especially when you're just getting started. But here's some basic math on how much you would need to sell in terms of memberships in order to achieve $1,000 a month. Now we have some extra columns here because you are charging a periodic fee, whether it's annually, like a newsletter, or some sort of monthly fee. Not everyone's going to stick around, right? So you're still going to have to continually make sales to stay at that $1,000 a month range. And so this is what it would look like if you lost about 30% of your customers each month. So that's all I'll say on that. Again, link in the cards in the description if you want to learn more about why membership websites probably are not the best place to start. Now, finally, we have high ticket, and these are definitely outside the range of digital downloads and products and online courses. And this is where there is some sort of aspect of consulting or coaching. Now, as you can see from this table, you're going to make a lot more money. You need a lot less customers, but you're going to do a lot more work because this is not going to be an automated delivery like the first types of offers that we talked about. However, this is a really good thing to start thinking about now because as you make sales, you're going to grow your email list, and putting together a higher ticket consulting or coaching offer can actually get you to full-time in your business faster than spending months trying to make a $997 course where you have to pre-record everything. So one of the advantages of these particular offers is, yes, you are spending your actual time, but there's no upfront cost, right? If you don't make a sale, you don't have to spend time creating this master course, right? You can sit around and outline a consulting or coaching program, and then when someone purchases, which is going to feel really good at that price point, then you can go ahead and start working on things, because with coaching and consulting, you don't have to have this giant course ready to go. You actually don't really have to have anything ready to go, and you only have to start building things and worrying about delivering results in those products until you've actually made the sale. Obviously, this assumes that you have the skills in order to deliver those results. And that does it for the different pricing tiers for the different types of products you could offer, and of course the prices you could charge. Comment below if you're still not sure how much you should charge for your particular offer. I still read and reply to every single comment. Hit that like button, subscribe for more digital course and digital product strategy guides just like this one. And until the next, keep building the business you love.